couple little games for kids today. So basically toddlers and up. And these are some fun yoga games that you can easily do at home. So you can either follow along with me, or you can use these ideas to replicate them on your own. So the first one we're going to do is I have a yoga block. I'll come a little closer, you can see. So this little yoga cube, and it's got different animals around the cube. Okay, so if you don't have something like this, and I'm sure most people probably don't, you could always randomly select a stuffed animal. You could pick a picture from a kid's yoga story or a picture from any story, randomly select it. And then over here I've got my spinner, and there's different numbers on it. So if you didn't have this but wanted to do something like this game at home, you could roll some die, right? Okay. So here we go. What we're going to do is I'm going to roll a block. I'm going to see what animal we land on, and we're going to do that yoga pose for however many seconds we get on here. So this is a good practice for, in addition to body awareness, good practice for counting. All right. So here we go. I'm going to toss my block in the air. And it landed on alligator pose, and I'll show you what that looks like. So alligator pose for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and other friends at home is plank pose. So starting off hard right off the bat. So I'm gonna take my worm. My spinner is a worm. Okay, there we go. Now I gotta spin. And my worm landed on 4. So that means we're gonna get into our alligator pose and hold it while we count to 4. So to get to alligator pose, we're going to bring our hands onto the floor, hands under the shoulders, step back 1 foot at a time, and we're going to press the floor away, staying strong. All right, you're going to count with me. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then lower your knees down. Whew, let that go. Maybe you make some alligator noises. Tromp, tromp, tromp. That's what my daughter does every time she sees an alligator or a crocodile. Okay, so let's do it again. I'm going to take my block, throw it up, and turtle pose. So this is a fun one. And I do turtle pose a couple different ways. I'll show you both. So I'm going to take my spinner, and I got on a hook. So we're going to do that again. 1. So this is going to be a really short turtle. All right, so one way to do turtle pose, like they show on my yoga block here, is to come into a squat. And in this block, they put your hands behind your feet, which is pretty tricky. So this is a really silly looking shape. Good thing we're only holding it for 1. So we'll go 1, and then we're all done. So walk your hands out. I'm going to show you the other way I like to teach turtle pose, which is my turtle pose. So what I come into is I bend my knees, I come down, and then reach my arms behind me, curling up like a little ball, and then poke my head out like a turtle, and then put my head back in the shell. So we'll count to 1. 1, and back in your shell, and then come out. All right, let's see what we've got next. Shaking the yoga cube. Got alligator again. Ah, alligator again. Oh, here we go. Woo! Flamingo. So flamingo's a fun one. This is balancing on one leg. Let's see how long we're gonna count. Oh, I keep landing on the hook. Ah! Okay, 4. We landed on 4. So flamingos, if you've been to the zoo or somewhere where flamingos live, you might see that flamingos stand on 1 foot. So that's what we're going to do. First, we're going to open our hands wide to the sides like flamingo arms, flamingo wings. I'm going to push down through 1 foot, and then bend the knee on the other leg and reach your foot back. Right, and so remember, we picked 4, so we're going to count this as we're going to hold this as we count to 4. Here's what it looks like from the sides. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, and then lower down. Give a little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Same thing on the other side. So pushing down through your feet, open your flamingo wings, bend the other knee. And if you feel a little wobbly, that's okay. Feeling strong, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and let it go. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, let's see what else we've got. Oh, I want to get some new ones. Okay, woohoo! Whale pose. I'm going to come into whale pose. So again, a couple different ways you can do whale pose. I'll show you the one this block shows. So I'm going to spin my worm, and it landed on 1 again. I don't know why. Oh, here, let's do 5. Yeah, I'm giving the worm a little help. That's all right. We all need help. All right, so go ahead, set your props aside. For whale pose, we're gonna come all the way onto our bellies. Put your bellies on the floor, and then walk your arms a little further forward so your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And then we're gonna bend into our knees, bringing our feet together like a whale tail. We're gonna lower down, and then lift up, pretending you're shooting out water out of your blowhole like a whale. We're gonna do this, we're gonna count to 5. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go ahead, let your tail down. Take your time, slowly come back to neutral. All right, let's see what's next. Woo! Seal pose. Ooh, this is a good one. Seal pose for this yoga block is a whole lot like Shavasana, which grown-ups at home, if you're watching this, Shavasana. Okay, so let's see how long we're gonna hold our rest pose, our seal pose. Oh, only one. All right, we'll do a short one. We're gonna lay all the way on our backs. So lay all the way down, and you let your feet flop open. Let your arms flop open at either side, palms facing up. Maybe you make a seal noise. I don't know what seals make. You can make whatever noise you feel like your seal sounds like. And we'll count for a really long one. So we'll say 1. All right, that was a long one. Roll over. Push yourself up. There's one more animal on here. We might as well do it. I'm going to see if I can land on it, but if not, I'll give the block some help. Oh, ta-da! Frog pose. So frog pose is kind of like what we did for turtle. It's a little bit easier. The turtle pose had us wrap our arms behind our feet, which is tricky. So let's see. I think there's something wrong with my spinner because it just keeps saying 1. But you know what? I think it's because I'm bending it weird. Oopsie. 3. All right. We're gonna bring our toes out and our knees out, coming to this froggy squat. So you might need to keep your hands on the floor. If your hips are tight, you might need to come up pretty high. That's okay. We're going to our little froggy squat. Maybe you do a couple little bounces, make some frog noises. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Maybe look side to side for some bugs to eat. Pretty good. Okay. Oh, I forgot we landed on the spinner. Oh, yeah. All right, let's count to 3. Here we go. 1, ribbit, ribbit. 2, ribbit, ribbit. 3, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Oh, and then we'll come all the way back down. And we'll sit in a comfortable seat. We're going to take a big breath. Let's take a big breath in through your nose. Imagine filling your belly and your chest really big. And then we're going to breathe out our mouth. Make some noise. All right, good job. Namaste.